So, welcome to this practice. I'm so happy that you can join me. This is a practice for pregnancy, and I am currently, as I'm recording this, I'm in my third trimester. My belly is definitely growing faster every day. But this class could be done at any stage of your pregnancy, and it is designed for those women that have had a regular practice um, for a while before they fell pregnant. And because we are going to focus on both being strong and soft, which as mamas, we want to have that capacity to be able to be strong and to support our babies and to protect them, and at the same time we need to have the ability to soften, to let go, and especially as we prepare for birthing. So we're going to do this practice will have some stronger postures and stronger flows and transitions. So that's why I say if you're pregnant and you've already been practicing and you have a regular practice, I think that you'll find this is a good one for you. And if you are pregnant and you haven't had quite a regular practice, but you're still, keen to try, please feel free to join along and just go slowly with it. And if at any point, as with any practice, any yoga class, if at any point it feels a bit too strong for you, or it's something doesn't feel quite right, and it just feels like you need to relax and stop, please stop. Maybe just watch and listen for a while. Make sure you have some water with you. For this practice, we will have a blanket. If you don't have a bolster, this is a bolster, you can just grab a pillow or maybe a couple of pillows, because we'll definitely want that to be able to soften. And the block we may or may not use, but just maybe even a few books or some bigger books if you have those things handy at your home. So, and more than anything, let's connect into being a mama and to our babies. So we'll come back a lot to just that connection with with our little ones that were growing inside of us. So we're gonna have some fun. So let's take our blanket and let's prop ourselves up. So let's sit up a little bit. So sit the hips up and sitting comfortably in whatever way that is for you. So this is a comfortable seat for me. So you find your comfortable seat, or if you're feeling already like, I just want to lay down, you can just lay on your left side and maybe use a pillow to support your top leg and to kind of hold on to. Let's begin. So finding just a soft gaze in front of you on the ground. Just looking softly at one point. Allow your eyelids to get heavier. And then just slowly, slowly, as the eyelids get heavier and heavier, just letting them close down. Feel your head above your heart above your pelvis. Feel a softening through your face, your shoulders, your belly. Feel supported beneath you by the earth or anything you're sitting up on, and feeling grounded. Lots and lots of different feelings and emotions and sensations that come up for us during our pregnancy. So just as we move through our practice, we allow for those things to arise and to filter up. And we do that with a compassionate observation. If the emotions come up, if the mind gets busy, just giving yourself that space and that patience to allow for any of those things to filter up as you move today through your practice. Be kind, be compassionate, especially during this time where we can feel more vulnerable. Bring one hand onto your heart, one onto your belly. And just connect into your breath here. And as you breathe in and out, feel any subtle movements happening in the body. And whatever hand is connected to your belly, feel the energy of your hand and connection to your baby. And feel the other hand connected to your heart and how it's all connected and coming together. The space of your heart and your womb. And as you breathe in and out, knowing that you are supporting and loving your baby just by being still here and holding this gentle touch. And allow your breath to be really soft, like silk. And just take another breath or two here with your hand on your belly and your hand on your heart. Feeling connected to yourself and your own heart space and connected to your little one. And if for any reason you have felt a disconnection, know that that's okay too. And maybe as we move through this practice today, it will allow you to tap into that connection with your little one. And let's take a deep breath in. And this time let's open the mouth and just exhale and sigh. Again, deep breath in. Sigh it out. Keep your hand on your heart and bring your other hand over your heart. So both palms are pressing against the heart. Tuck the chin down. Feeling and pausing for a moment of intention for this practice. And whatever that is for you is perfect. And if nothing comes up right now, that's perfect as well. For me, I just will share that I feel gratitude to be this vessel for this little one that is coming through. And I feel gratitude that my body is so amazing and capable and strong that it has the ability to create this life and grow this life. Keep your hands on your heart and just really slowly crack open the eyelids. Let the light in. And on the next inhale breath, let's take a big heart expansion breath. Take the arms out, the heart forward. And then as we exhale, let's bring our hands back to our heart and just tuck in a little. And again, inhale, sweep the arms back, open up the heart. And then exhale, curl back in. Good, again, opening on your inhale breath. Exhaling, hands to heart. Do 2 more at your pace, your rhythm. Beautiful. Just pause with your hands on your heart. Coming back to that connection, powerful wisdom of the heart, which is what will guide us as we move through our pregnancy and also as we move into motherhood. And let's take if you're sitting up on something, let's move it away. Just going to move to the side. Bring your palms together. Hands in prayer at the heart space. Interlace your fingers. And as you inhale, let's reach the elbows up. As you exhale, press the palms forward, tuck the chin. Inhale, sweep the palms up to the ceiling. Exhale, release the grip, reach back, and we'll interlace the fingers. Inhale as you gently draw the hands down to your mat and start to lift your heart up. Exhale, release the grip, bring the hands forward as you round the spine slightly and bring the palms together back to the heart space. So we'll do this. Let's do this a couple times. And find your rhythm. Inhale, elbows go up. Press the palms forward as you exhale. Lift the palms up as you inhale. Reach back as you exhale. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, hands draw down. This time, maybe even lift the gaze, open the throat, lift the heart. Exhale, curling in, bring the palms together, back to the heart. Let's do it one more time. Follow your flow, your rhythm of your breath. Take a moment here in stillness with your hands together at your heart. Good, and let's take our feet over to the right, hands to the left. Come all the way up onto your hands and your knees. If at any point being on your knees gets uncomfortable, you can always put maybe a towel or a blanket under the knees, because we'll do some things up on the knees. Let's spread out wide and evenly through the fingers. Just take the knees under the hips and tuck the hips side to side. I don't know about you guys, but this feels pretty good. Sometimes I know that as I get a little bit bigger in my belly, I can feel the lower back it's asking a lot of the lower back. So we're just gonna be gentle in that area of the body, but maybe find some release as well. So hopefully this feels good for you. Just take another breath or two. You might close the eyes down, or if you have any other movements here, any free flowing movements, any circles, anything that comes through that feels good. Let's do it. Remember, as we go throughout the practice, if there's something else that comes up for you, if you need to modify, or if you want to take it a little stronger, maybe you're earlier on your pregnancy and you can take stronger postures, that's fine. Just create a nice flow for yourself today. Good. Let's take the knees wide. Big toes touch. Draw the hips back to the heels. Take your forehead to the mat. Find your child's pose. Deep breaths here, in and out. And then let's lift up on the fingertips and create more of an active child's pose. And then just feel a little dropping down through your chest, opening up through the shoulders, the side of the body, maybe the upper spine. Just might feel it in a few spots here. Just take a few breaths in and out. And then bring the palms and the arms back down. Lift your chest, lift your head. Walk your elbows in closer. Stay flat on the palms, forearms down. As you inhale, draw the back of your heart forward. As you exhale, tuck the chin. This can be really subtle. So inhale, the heart goes forward, gaze forward. Exhale, gaze down, and tuck the chin. Okay, do just a couple more. Your rhythm. One more time. Inhale to bring your heart forward. Exhale to tuck the chin. Good, let's come all the way up. Let's lift up the chest. Take the knees in a little closer. We're going to stand up on our knees, rise all the way up. Let's take an inhale breath and sweep up for the ceiling. Good. And then as we exhale, let's bring the hands back. Place them on the lower back. Use an inhale breath and just a gentle supported back bend. So if you're still getting warmed up, we're going to go gently here. Maybe lift the gaze, lift the heart. Good. And then let's exhale and glide back down. Take the hands forward, plant them, and then as you inhale, lift your heart, tilt your hips, lift your gaze. Exhale, glide your hips back towards your heels, maybe opening up your knees wider for your belly. Come down to child's pose. Take a breath in, a breath out. Good. Inhale, we're going to come all the way back up onto the knees, reaching up tall. And exhaling, place your hands onto the low back. Lift your chest as you inhale. Exhale, come down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, tuck the chin. Lift the heart, tilt the hips. Exhale, glide your hips back towards your heels. Come down. Then right away, we inhale back up, lifting up onto the knees. Reach up and exhale the hands to the lower back. Lift the heart, inhale. Exhale, bring your hands forward, coming back to tabletop. Good. Take an inhale breath. Lift the heart, tilt the hips. This time exhale, glide back towards child's pose again. Hips towards the heels and pause. One breath in and one breath out. Walk your hands in. Start to stand back up onto the knees. Reach up as you inhale. Exhale, reach back. Interlace your fingers behind you. And then let's find more opening here in the shoulders so we can reach the hands down as we take another breath in. Lift the heart up, lift the gaze up. Go to where it feels okay for you. Breathe into this opening that you're creating. You don't have to go super deep. Good, and then slowly coming back to the center. And then you can release the grip. Good, now from here, we're going to take our right foot, step it forward, and let's take it out to the edge of the mat. So we'll take our right foot out to the edge of the mat, and let's turn it out more at an angle. And then let's take an inhale breath, reach up. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring our right elbow onto our right thigh. The forearm, probably more likely. The forearm onto your right thigh. You can keep your left arm reaching up. I'm going to tuck my back toes under because I feel a little bit more stable that way, but if it feels too much on the knee, you can untuck the back toes. Now we can stay here and take a breath in and maybe reach the left fingertips up towards the sky. Or if that feels a little bit too strong for you right now, you can just keep your left hand onto your hip and you can still spin the gaze up. Inhale here and stay for the exhale. And we can make this a little bit more challenging, bringing your right fingertips inside the right foot. And then feel that reaching up and down in opposite directions. Breathe into whatever you feel. Good, and then we can make this a little bit more fun. If you're ready for a back bend, let's slowly come up. Reach that left hand back, place it onto the left heel, and the right hand, so you might reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. This could be where you stay, or reach your right arm back. So if this gets a little too intense, just stay here, or you don't even have to come all the way into this back bend. Let's take a breath in wherever we are. And then slowly come all the way back. We'll take our hands down. Let's release our right knee and just tick-tock your hips from side to side. Woo! And just feel maybe a little bit more heat in your body after that. Let's stand all the way up onto the knees again. Let's take an inhale breath. Reach up. Exhale, hands to the lower back. Lift up the heart. Good. And then release, come back to center. And then from here, let's take our left foot and we're going to step it forward. And let's place that left foot, heel toe it out to the edge of the mat. Maybe turn your left toes more out to an angle. And we can tuck the back toes under if we found that stabilizing for us. Otherwise, you can keep them untucked. Good. So let's reach all the way up first with both hands. Reach up. And then exhaling, left forearm onto your left thigh. You can keep reaching up through your right fingertips. Or if, again, this is a little bit too much, then you can always keep your right hand on your right hip. And then just breathe. Maybe spin your gaze up. Breathing in here. And then we have that option to come down with our left hand, left fingertips inside the left foot. Reaching in opposite directions. Right fingertips up, left fingertips down. And breathe. Good. And then slowly coming up. If you're taking the option for a back bend, you're going to take your right hand onto your right heel. Reach the left arm up. Or maybe even reach the left arm back and the gaze back. See what feels best for your body. Never pushing. Just listening to your body. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Let's slowly come up. Release the hands to the mat. Take the left knee back and tick-tock. Or make some circles. Whatever feels good. Ooh. Feeling good. Wonder how little bub is feeling in there. Baby feeling all the things we feel. So let's take the hands shoulder width distance spread out wide and evenly through the fingertips. Make sure you've got lots of space there. Taking up a lot of space with your hands. Let's tuck our toes under and glide our hips up towards the ceiling. And let's keep this one moving. As we come into our downward dog, let's keep it in motion. Bend one knee at a time. Keeping the fingers spread out evenly and wide, letting the head go completely. And we come into a strong posture like this one. Just feel the strength here in your body. Maybe feeling the backs of your legs waking up as you pedal them out. Let's find stillness now. Stay about hip width distance with your feet. Bend a little bit into both knees. Press firmly down through the hands. Reach your sit bones up very high. Just stay here. Breathe in. Stay here and breathe out. Good. Let's take our hands and walk them back towards our feet. As we come closer to our feet, we're going to find a halfway lift. So hands can be on the shins as we reach the crown of the head forward. Breathing in. Exhale, release. And because our bellies, depending on where you're at in your pregnancy, might get in the way, whenever we come here, you might even have to open the feet much wider, and that's perfect. And you might stay a little bit more lifted here. Hands can be on thighs or higher up on the shins. Just see how that feels for you. You can always use your prop, your pillow, or anything you need. And just breathe here. Good. And then from here, let's bend the knees. Press firmly down through the feet. Roll up through the spine. Come out really gently. Keep the knees bent as you come up. And then let's roll our shoulders out. Take a few rolling back and forward or whatever feels good in your shoulders here. Good. And let's find a strong standing posture with our feet hip width distance apart. Take your arms by the sides. Palms can face forward. Reach the crown of your head up towards the sky. Grow really tall in your spine, but then feel really connected to the earth. Feel grounded. Grounded from your feet touching the earth. Little bend in the knees. Pause here. Breathe in and out. Heart open. Bring your hands together to meet at the heart. Let's take an inhale and go really expansive like we did before with our arms. So let's take the arms out. And then let's exhale, bend the knees, and start to come all the way down, folding at the waist. Inhale, walk forward. And we're going to come all the way to a downward facing dog. Good. Stay here as you exhale. Press down through your left foot. Let's use the inhale breath and take our right leg up high. Point your right toes down to the mat. Stay here as you exhale. Strong through your body here. Feel your strength. Let's take another breath in. And slowly on the exhale breath, let's step our right foot forward between the hands. Softly come down onto your back knee. Take a breath in and rise up here. Maybe the arms go up. And maybe they stay, hands stay on your waist. Just see how you feel. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. And let's breathe. Palms can face each other if you're reaching up for the sky, growing really long and tall, reach all the way up. But then see if you can just soften here and for a moment. Breath in and a breath out. Good. One more inhale. Exhale. Let's take the hands down. We're going to keep our left hand down and float that right arm up. You can keep your gaze down or maybe take the gaze up. Breathe in. Exhale. Lower the hands. Lift the back knee. Step back to your downward dog. Stay here for one breath in. And an exhale. Sometimes exhaling for me is a flutter of the lips or, make a little noise or sigh or let something out. Press down the right foot, inhale. Left leg lifts high. Check that your toes are pointing down to the mat. Keep the hips square. Let's keep a little bend in our right knee. Feel strong through your body as you press back through your left heel. Let's take another breath in slowly as you exhale. Step the left foot up between your hands. Bring your right knee down. Find your variation of low lunge. So hands can stay on the waist. Or hands can reach up, reach tall, with your palms facing each other. Both options are perfect. Take a breath in and stay as you exhale. One more inhale. Exhale the hands down. Sometimes I like to stay lifted on my fingertips, and I feel maybe that might give more space. So you can try. I'm going to reach that left arm up. Gaze can stay forward, down, or maybe up. Breathe in. And if the belly if you feel like this is too much for your belly, it's getting in the way. Sometimes I'll even just come up onto the outer edge of my foot and open this way. Whatever creates a bit more space for you. Take a breath in here. And slowly coming down. Plant both hands. Lift the back knee. Step back to your downward dog. Right away, let's inhale high to toes. Exhale, let's lower down both of the knees. Inhale, gently lift your chest. Tilt the hips. And then exhale, we're going to glide our hips back towards our heels, shifting the knees open as much as we need to support our belly and give it space. Release your forehead as you breathe one breath in and a breath out. Inhale. Spread out wide through the fingers. Lift the elbows. Come all the way back up to your tabletop position. Rearrange the knees as needed. Tuck the toes under and take your hips back up to downward dog. Good. Then let's from here take an inhale breath. Look forward. We can walk up. We can step up to our hands. Inhale. Lengthen through your spine. Create that space. Reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold in to your depth. So for me, folding in isn't really folding in anymore, and that's fine. And I like to keep my knees a little bit wider. Press down through the feet, and let's slowly come all the way up. This time, let's reach the arms up as well. Reach for the sky. Palms meet, and let's bring the hands to the heart. Let's come back to our hand, one hand on the belly, one hand to the heart, and let's just feel. And let's just feel our breath moving through the body. Maybe, depending on where you're at in your pregnancy, you can feel baby moving through parts of your practice, which is kind of fun. Or just allow for that connection to be there with your hands, one on the heart, one on the belly. Eyes open or closed. Just pause for a moment. Good. Palms back together, right in front of your heart. Good. Let's inhale. Take a big step to the left. Ta-ta. Big step. So we're going to arrange our feet in a warrior stance. So we have our outer edge of our back foot, left foot parallel to the back of the mat. And pointing the right toes forward. Let's bend deep into that front knee and sink down low. Ha. So we can feel this opening through our hips and just feeling the strength here of the legs. You can keep your palms together in front of your heart, or you can place your hands on your belly and just make sure your right knee is above the right ankle. Let's pause here, just breathe. Good, let's inhale now and all take our arms out parallel to the ground, finding warrior two, gaze over your right hand. So take a breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to bring our hands back to the womb and straighten the front leg. Back to baby. Inhale, rebend the knee. Bring the arms parallel. Exhale, come back to the womb. Inhale, open. Exhale, straighten the leg, hands to belly. Good, do two more. Come back, rebend the knee, arms out to the sides. Feel one more breath here, really strong. As we exhale, let's windmill both of our hands, both of our arms, and come off the back heel as you land. So we're going to land with our fingertips down, lift the back heel up, and then we're going to hop our left foot forward to meet the right. Take a halfway lift, create some space, fold in, press down through the feet, and slowly come up. Sweep up for the sky, hands back to the heart. Just pause for a moment there. On the next inhale breath, let's do the other side. So we're going to take a big step out to the right with our right foot. Whoa. That was a powerful step I just took. Outer edge of your back foot, the right foot parallel to the mat, and the left toes pointing straight forward. Bend into the left knee now, and let's sink down. And just check. Left knee is above the left ankle. You might have to take a bigger step if it is not. Pause here. Ooh. Feeling the hips. And just sink into these feelings that we have here. Now we can take the arms out to the sides, parallel, look over the left hand, take a breath in, and stay here, strong warrior. Exhale. Good, take an inhale breath. And then as you exhale, same thing, we're going to straighten the front leg and bring our hands back to the belly. Coming back to the baby. And then inhale, opening up, rebend the knee. Exhale, hands onto the belly. Inhale, open. Exhale. Two more. Come back, rebend the knee, pause for a breath in. Exhale, windmill to come out. Bring your fingertips down, lift your back heel up. This time, we'll plant the hands, step back to downward facing dog. And then right away, inhale, come forward, high to toes. Exhale, lower the knees down to the mat. Good, a little bit different. We're going to come forward, we're going to walk the knees back a little. We're going to bring the forearms down, walk them forward. And then we can come down to the forehead, And just feel that nice release through the belly, release through the heart. And just depending on if this is something that we're coming in towards the melting heart pose. So if this is something that you already know and maybe is in your body, then you're going to maybe be able to take your chin out. The hips are staying above the knees. You might find, oh, I might need more space. You might walk your arms more forward. So wherever you're at here. So remember, you can be chin out. This can create a lot more of that opening and bring the chest down further. So if it's too strong, you can stay on your forehead. Try and move into that letting go through the belly. Some of you might feel, depending on where you're at in your pregnancy, the baby moving in this one. Just pause for a moment. Lots of opening here in the front and the back of the heart. Good. And slowly bring the weight forward to the hands. Let's lift the chest, lift the head, and then walk ourselves back. Let's open our knees. 2 options as we come towards child's pose. So in my practice still, I love this child's pose of reaching the hands back to the feet and sinking down. I still feel that I have the space to do this. If that's a bit too much and it's not working for your belly, doesn't feel good for you, you can maybe take your bolster, your pillow, or your blanket and rest your head on that. Maybe even this way with one ear, or you can even just stack your hands and just rest your forehead on your hands like that. And just choose which option feels more nourishing for you at this moment. Let's take a few deep breaths here. And just feel again the connection to yourself, to your breath, to your body. Remembering how important it is to have and keep that connection with ourselves as we continue to explore our connection with our little one that's growing inside of us. Both connections very powerful and important. Beautiful. Let's take our time to come up and lift your chest and take one knee in at a time. Pause with me here in a seat. You can keep your hands on your thighs, maybe with your palms facing up. You can keep one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart if you want to come back to that connection. Close your eyes down just for a moment. Good. Let's slowly open up the eyes. And then from here, let's bring the hands forward. We're going to tuck the toes under, lift the hips up, walk the hands back, open up your feet. So let's open up our feet. Let's take them out to the edges of the mat. And you're going to turn your toes out at an angle. Now, we're going to bend our knees. And we're going to slowly come down all the way, sink the hips down. Aha. Here we are. Beautiful posture to help us prepare for birthing. And for some of us, this is going to find this really strong. Anytime, if you haven't been squatting, on a regular basis, this could be really strong. And the heels might not even want to stay down. No problem. So we have the option to take a blanket behind us. And you can have that under your heels. You can even roll up your mat, stick it under your heels, or even use a pillow. So that's fine. You can use any props you need to stay as comfortable as you can. It might not be that comfortable at the beginning. Bring your palms together and feel this lifting up through the chest, the heart, and dropping down through the tailbone. Feel the hips release. Now, feel for me here that you can just relax through your pelvis. Really releasing through the belly, through the pelvis, letting go of any feeling like you need to hold anything in or up, and just feel softening there. You might close your eyes down just for a breath or two here. You might feel the baby moving, just depending on where you are in your pregnancy. For me, when I come into this squat, usually I can feel my little one is like, whoa, it's all happening down there. There's a bit of movement. Relax your jaw, relax your face. We'll just stay for a couple more breaths here. Doing really well. Try and soften as much as you can through the hips, through the pelvis. And slowly open up the eyes. Just one little bit of flow here. We're going to take our right hand, right fingertips over to the right. Reach the left hand up. Take a breath in. And then exhale, left fingertips down to the left. Inhale, right fingertips reach up. And then swap. Right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, right fingertips up. Good. Do just 2 more times. Your rhythm. Beautiful. Good. Let's bring our hands back behind us. Take your time to bring your bum down. Boop. Let's release our legs after that. Whoa, yeah. Release your legs. Maybe wiggle it out or shake it out or whatever feels good. Maybe shake it all out. Shake the hands. Shake, wiggle. Yes. Amazing. All right. Let's take the soles of the feet together. Have your feet a little further away. So don't worry about bringing the feet in close for this part. So we'll take our feet further away. Have a nice big, more of a diamond shape here between the legs. Let's bring the hands just below the knees and inhale, gently lift the heart. And then exhale, slide your hands down to your feet and fold into your depth. So it might not be very far. Head comes down. Inhale, slide the hands up, lift the chest. Exhale, coming down. 2 more. Good. Now let's take our right hand, place it around the left foot. Let's place our left hand onto our heart. As we inhale, we're going to peel that left shoulder back and maybe take the gaze up and back. Keeping your hand on your heart, if you wish, is one option, or reaching your left arm up and just really gentle here. Not a deep twist. Just feel this opening to the left slightly. Breathe into that. And release the left hand, wrap it around the right foot. Let's take our right hand, place it onto our heart, peel the right shoulder back just gently, and reach the right arm up. Feel this extension of your heart all the way up through your right arm, fingertips, and reaching out. Sending it out there. Good. And slowly release. Keep your hands onto the opposite feet. And just do this really gently with me. Just a little bit. Tuck the chin. More than anything, as you lean back a little or puff up the back side of the body, just feel a nice stretch and opening, maybe more in the upper or the middle part of the spine. And then slowly release. Good. We're going to take our hands behind us. We're going to plant the feet. Have your feet about hip width distance apart. Have your fingers facing towards your hips, towards your body, where the fingers spread out nice and wide and evenly. Then let's press down through the feet, press down through the hands, lots of back body strength as we take an inhale breath and lift our hips up. Lift the baby, Lift baby high. Now we can stay here with our head and we can keep the gaze up. If it's okay for you in your neck, you can allow the head to go back and just relax there into be supported by the shoulder girdle and maybe look back. Now let's press down more through our hands and our feet and see if we can lift the baby a little higher. Go baby, go. And then slowly release back down. Taking the baby for a little ride. Have fun. Did you like that? And then just shake the legs out one more time. Good. And then from here, let's take our right knee out to the right and bring the sole of your right foot inside your left thigh. Now let's do it a little bit different. I'll turn face you. Let's take the foot more inside, more into the groin so that we can take our legs a little bit wider. And then we have this option of we can use any of our props. You can take a pillow, you can take your blanket or bolster. And we're going to just lengthen up first. And then as we exhale, we're going to fold in. So some of you might have the ability to, I'll just show you, some of you might have the ability to fold over the legs still, depending on if you're in the earlier stages of your pregnancy and maybe the belly is not yet in the way and it feels okay for you to come all the way forward, that's fine. Some of us will do the opposite and we will just come forward and have that space there and maybe use the prop to come down. Just for a breath or two here, releasing. Breathe in and out. Wherever you are, just the connection to your breath here. And then let's take our time to come up. You might shift the prop a little bit out of the way. So depending on where you were, now if you didn't have your legs out a bit wider, take them wider. Bring the foot closer into the groin and have a little bit of a wider stance or angle with your legs. And then we're going to take an inhale breath and reach up. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring our left hand first to cross over to the right knee or the right thigh. Keep reaching up on the right side and then maybe see if it's okay for you to lean over a little bit to the left and get this nice stretch on the side of the body. You can keep the gaze down, forward, or up, whichever feels best. Breathe. Lots of space on the right side of the body. Good. And then another option we can stay here, or now we can bring that left elbow inside the left leg. We can reach the right arm up and over. Some of you might find, if it's in your practice already, you might find your left foot, and spin the heart up. Or you might just keep that right arm reaching up and over the head, or even just reaching up towards the ceiling. Or if this is all too much, you can stay in this first option with the left hand on the right leg. So just find which works best for you. Breathe. Good. Let's slowly first turn our heads to look down, unravel, and then come back up. Nice. And we're going to swap around with our legs. I might swap around this way just so I'm facing you. So the right leg out straight. You can take your left knee out and find your option. So one option is that we can keep our left sole of the foot inside the right thigh, and we can take a breath in and lengthen and then fold over our right leg, just depending on what's happening with the belly, how big it is at this point. For me, I don't really go very far or get too much depth because my belly's gone a lot bigger. So I'm going to take that wider option with the foot more at the groin. And I'm going to fold in this way and use the prop again if needed. And take a breath or two in whichever position you've chosen. Try and just be a little softer here in your body. And then slowly coming out. Everyone just choosing now. We can all come into this wider leg angle position with a foot more in front of the groin. Lengthen up, reach up. And then take your right hand, cross it over to the left leg. Take an inhale, lengthen up first through the left hand, reach the fingertips high, and then exhale, lean over to the right and feel the length on the left side of the body. Wherever your gaze wants to land, depending on how your neck feels, is perfect. Lots of length, lots of space you're creating here on the left side. Breathe into that. Good, and then we can stay here, or we can find that other option of the right elbow coming down inside the right leg. Left arm reaching up and over, either hooking the foot. Remember, this can go a bit deeper, maybe feel too much if you haven't done this before. So otherwise, we can either keep that left arm reaching up for the ceiling, or you can just keep it reaching over your ear, the left ear. Wherever you are, just find a few breaths here. Good, and then slowly turning your head first to look down, and then coming all the way up. Amazing. Release both legs. Come all the way forward. Scooch up, bend the knees. And take one elbow down at a time. Coming onto your back. Now for some of you, if you're further along like me, being on the back for too long isn't good. And even earlier in our pregnancy, I know some people encouraged to not be on the back at all. I found that as I got into now this third trimester, you can have your feet wide, and you can take windshield wipers, your knees right to left. As I got into third trimester now, with the baby getting bigger and I'm heavier, being on the back definitely doesn't feel good, but I was able to do it all throughout the second trimester. Not for a long period of time, but just at the end of my practice, I felt that it was okay for some postures. So this is where I encourage you to listen to your body. If at any point you need to roll to your side and stop, please do. We won't stay here for very long. So all we're gonna do in this one is we're gonna take our feet hip-width distance apart. We're gonna do just a couple of sets of a moving bridge. So pressing down through the feet, make sure the heels aren't too far away from you. Press down through the feet, and then take an inhale breath, start lifting the hips. You can press down with your hands as well, and see if you can come up a little higher. Lift the baby high, and then use the exhale to slowly lower back down to the mat. So we're using a lot of our strength of the back side of the body. Press down through the feet, lift up, inhale. Exhale, slowly lower back down to the mat. Do one more. Maybe coming up, maybe lifting the baby a little higher. Lift the belly. Lower down. Let's take our knees up, take them wide, and maybe just a little rock from side to side. If that feels okay for you. Rocking on the lower back. And then let's bring the soles of the feet together and interlace the fingers around the feet. Keep the knees out wide and just breathe here. You can keep rocking, you can pause in stillness and deep breaths. Relax the hips, relax the belly, relax the pelvis. Beautiful. Release your feet gently. Bring them back to the earth. Good. Now from here, we're going to just set up for a relaxation. So again, for some of you, you might find, depending on if you're in the beginning stages of the pregnancy, if you're a little earlier on, you might find you can rest on your back for a few minutes, and you can bring your bolster under your knees to support you. Some of you might find that you can bring your bolster under your spine or your pillow under your spine and have a nice lifting up. But for myself, and I will encourage you to try it if you haven't yet, we're going to do more of a really cozy fetal position for the end. So this is where it's helpful to have a bigger pillow or a couple of pillows, and you can even use a blanket under your head if that feels cozy. And let's lay on our left side. So lay on the left side, and we'll take our right knee and we're going to bring it up, bend it. And prop your right knee all the way up onto your cushion or your bolster, your support. You can, if you don't have a blanket or something, you can just use your left arm to support your head, or maybe another cushion under your head, and just get really cozy. And close down the eyes. So wherever you are, whatever your position you found, just getting any little wiggles or fidgets out, feeling this softening coming over your body, allowing there to be that surrender here at the end of our practice, letting go of any need to hold any of ourselves up. We can just let it all be supported by the earth. Can you soften your face a bit more? This can be a nice time to just take a few deeper breaths. Maybe a sigh can be nice here. Just release out the mouth. Just a clearing, sweeping exhale. And then just go as soft as you can with your breath, like silk moving through your body. Give in to the surrender. Remaining really still and soft in your body, just observation of the breath. Any subtle movements that happen because of the breath. Start to reawaken your body just really gently. You might wiggle fingers, toes, move your head. Anything that feels good, just a gentle, subtle movement here in the body. And then just starting to bring some bigger movements in, maybe taking a bigger stretch. If you were laying on your back for this portion, just rolling to one side, curling up for a moment on your side. And then using very little effort, maybe keeping the eyes closed if you can, just pressing your way up to a seated position. Come to any comfortable seat. Keep the eyes closed down, feeling grounded, connected to the earth through our legs, sit bones. Feeling spacious and long and tall through the spine. Bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Once again, coming back to both of these connections. Powerful connection to our own heart, our wisdom, and the powerful connection to our own baby. How they're so connected. How with your hand on your belly and heart, how you can feel the correlation of this great love and opening that has helped to invite this little one into your life. Just pause for a moment, and if there's anything here, maybe a little message to your baby that you'd like to either say out loud or just inside your own mind. And just take a moment if there's something that comes through. Maybe just a message of love or of excitement about meeting the baby, or whatever it might be. And let's bring palms together, pressing the hands or the thumbs into the chest. Lift the heart up as you inhale, tuck the chin down as you exhale, honoring this practice, acknowledging your experience, each of us unique in our experiences, unique in our bodies, unique in our journey into motherhood. All of it really beautiful, all of it perfect. I'm feeling this gratitude again for the body, for this ability to be so strong but so soft at the same time. To be opening and blooming and expanding. So much happening at this time in our lives. What a gift. And thank you so much for joining me for this pregnancy practice. Namaste. Thank you. Such an honor and a pleasure to be with you during this time and to lead you through some movement. As always, make sure you take good care of yourself and drink lots of water and keep coming back to your practice and your movement and to your heart and your connection to yourself, because it's so important that we have that as we move throughout our pregnancy. I hope that this practice has been beneficial for you and that you enjoyed it, and I look forward to doing more practices with you. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.